Hello. I'm not sure if you can remember what your earliest memory is and what the first Bible story you can remember is. The first one for me, I think, might be an occasion, and I'm not completely sure about this first one, about when I was in a cot reaching out for a book about Jesus, the Good Shepherd. But I'm not completely sure whether I've muddled that up with something else or whether I'm thinking of something different. But apart from the Christmas and Easter stories, the first story from the Bible that I remember being read and being taught about was one that I did at Sunday school here at Hebron Church. And I remember being in this room and these sliding parting doors being slid across and doing some colouring at a table for a picture of the story, and the story was read to me, and that's the one I'm going to read now. If you'd like to bear with me. After John had been put in prison, Jesus went into Galilee and preached the good news from God. Jesus said, "The right time has come. The news about God is near. Change your hearts and love and believe the good news." When Jesus was walking by Lake Galilee, he saw Simon and Simon's brother Andrew. They were fishermen and were throwing a net into the water to catch fish. Jesus said to them, "Come and follow me, and I will make you fishermen for men." And Simon and Andrew immediately left their nets and followed him. And Jesus continued walking by Lake Galilee, and he saw two more brothers, James and John, the sons of Zebedee, and they were in their boat preparing their nets to catch fish. Their father Zebedee and the men who worked for him were in the boat with the brothers. And when Jesus saw the brothers, he called them to come with him, and they left their father and followed Jesus. Now, if you read that story by itself, you might think that actually that was the first time the disciples had met Jesus. But actually, if you read the whole of the Gospels, the whole of the accounts about Jesus, you can see, in fact, that it wasn't the first time that they'd met him. In John's Gospel, there's a story about how John the Baptist was speaking about Jesus and said, "Behold, the Lamb of God who comes to..." And two of John the Baptist's disciples got up and followed Jesus, who John was talking about. And one of them was Andrew, Simon Peter's brother. And Andrew went and got Simon Peter, and they went and spent some time with Jesus. So they actually started getting to know Jesus before he called them to do anything and to leave their lives. And with James and John, if you look at the story of Good Friday in all the Gospels, there are three women who are with Jesus when he was on the cross in each of the Gospels. Mary Magdalene is described in each of them, and Mary, the mother of James and Joseph, is another. But there's a third woman. In one of the Gospels she's called Salome, In one of them, she is described as the mother of the sons of Zebedee, that is James and John's mother, and in another gospel, she is described as the sister of Mary, Jesus' mother, which meant that Salome was Jesus' aunt, and James and John were his cousins. So they'd actually grown up knowing Jesus and seeing him. So actually when Simon and Andrew and James and John left their boats, they'd actually got to know Jesus pretty well beforehand. And it's important actually to spend time getting to know Jesus first before he calls us to do anything. And the best way is to spend some time reading the Bible and praying every day, and eventually God will lead you into whatever he is calling to you to do. For James and John and for Simon, Peter and Andrew, it was to go out and speak to people and tell them about Jesus. For us it might be something different, but it's something I know from my life that it is worth doing, is to spend time every day getting to know Jesus, and it's really worthwhile.